Hello and welcome to another episode of BLG News for the week of September the 30th. I'm Marcus Boston. I want to first come out, guys, and say that Renee I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was supposed to put a photo of the chicken pot pie that Renee made, and she made the pot pie, and before I could
take a picture.
Yes, before we could get a picture, I had already taken a big chunk out of it. So we'll have to wait the next time, but it was very good. And sorry about that, Renee. I know I was supposed to wait, but I just had to have it. The first story I want to talk about is something that is very, very weird. Saw this on one of our Facebook friends, one of their sites, but it deals with a one-way trip to Mars. More than 200,000 people have already applied to a one-way, that's right, just one way, a one-way trip to Mars. And what would happen is, I think that the Mars One Foundation is planning to put a human settlement up on Mars by the year of 2023. And right now they have received over 200,000 applications for this particular trip. Talk about something that you would see off of Star Trek or something like that, but this is really serious, and people are now talking about putting colonies on Mars. So be on the lookout for that. 2023, that's the year for it. What were you gonna say?
Anything to get away from Obama.
Anything to get away from Obama, I'm telling you. Wouldn't it be something if he's on Mars too? But anyway, the second story that I would like to talk about which is on a more serious note, and it does deal with Obama. Living up here in the Metro DC area, we see what is going on with the federal government shutdown, and it is real. Renee and I were out riding today, and what we noticed is just things that we normally didn't really pay too much attention to. Now we can see that, yeah, this thing is real. From the federal parks that are around the area to some other government buildings, things have been shut down. So non-essential people, non-essential workers, as they say, are not reporting to work. And as of today, President Obama is meeting with congressional leaders to try to see if they can do something to fix this. So our BLG fans who are federal employees, guys, hang in there. Hopefully this thing will be wrapped up and dealt with pretty soon. The third story that I want to talk about is out of New York, and my brother lives in New York right now, but it's a story and it deals with a motorcyclist assault on an SUV driver in New York City after a fender bender. If you get on YouTube right now, you can watch this incident, which is very, very disturbing. I'm not going to put it up for you to watch, so you'd have to go to YouTube and take a look at it yourself. But it looks like that there was a group of motorcycle drivers, at least from the video that is up on YouTube, and they surround this SUV, and the SUV eventually ends up hitting one of the motorcycle drivers. It's kind of hard to tell if the motorcycle driver looks like he got in front of the SUV and was kind of slowing down a little bit, and the SUV driver hit the motorcycle driver. So at that point, it looks like there was a stoppage with everything. Everybody stopped. Now, guys, you gotta remember, this is a big gang of motorcycle drivers. I mean, it's a lot of them. Everybody kind of stops. And then out of, a couple of seconds later, out of nowhere, you see the SUV just plowing through the crowd, ends up running over a motorcycle, ends up seriously injuring an individual. The gang then takes off, the motorcycle gang then takes off, and they eventually catch up with the SUV driver. And one of the motorcyclists takes his helmet off, breaks out the window, pulls the SUV driver out, and I guess that's where the assault ended up taking place. This is a really bad story in the event that the SUV driver is saying that he was just fearful. His wife was in the car and a 2-year-old child was in the car. So BLG fans, if you have the stomach for it or the nerve for it, watch the video and you can come to your own conclusions on that one. And finally, the last story that we're going to talk about are the NFL scores last week. I didn't do that good. Well, I didn't do great, but I did better than 500. I went 9-6 last week. The reason why it was 9-6 is because there were some teams who had a bye last week. So I went 9-6 last week, and that puts my total up to what? Renee?
36 and 27.
I'm 36 and 27. So I'm 36 and 27, guys. I'm plowing ahead. Over 500, doing really, really good. So here are my picks for week 5 in the NFL. Let's make this quick and let's get going. Buffalo and Cleveland. This is going to be the 8:25 game on, I believe, Thursday night. Yep, the Thursday night game. And it's going to be Buffalo and Cleveland. I'm going to take Buffalo. Now we're on the Sunday games, 1 o'clock. New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. Game is in Chicago. This is really a tough one, but I'm going to go with, I'm going to do a shocker here, and I'm going to go with New Orleans. They're on the road. I know they kind of play on the road, but I'm going to go with New Orleans. We've got the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Patriots are on the road this week. What the heck, you guys know I don't like the Patriots. And because one of my friends on Facebook was teasing me about the Patriots, I'm going with the Bengals. They're at home anyway this week. Yeah, way to go, Leslie. And the 1 o'clock game, we got Detroit and Green Bay. I'm going to go with Green Bay. They are home this week. Kansas City and Tennessee. Kansas City has been playing really, really good with Andy Reid there now, guys. I'm going to go with Kansas City, even though they are on the road. We've got Seattle and the Colts, guys. This is a great matchup. I mean, a really, really good matchup. You've got Andrew Luck from the Colts there at home with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks with that very good defense. It does, though, tend to play not as well as they do when they're at home. So I'm going to go with the Colts because they're home, guys. We've got Jacksonville and the St. Louis Rams, two sorry teams. Let me just say that again, two very sorry teams. I'm very, very disappointed right now with the Rams. I'm disappointed with Sam Bradford, disappointed with Fisher, just disappointed with all of them. And
tell
you know,
them how you really feel.
Yeah, tell them how I really feel. The Rams are sucking right now. So I'm going to go with Jacksonville. Jacksonville has not won a game. The Rams are in shambles right now. If you watched them last week against the 49ers, they're doing really bad.
Watch that game.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You're probably right, Renee. Nobody probably did watch that game. All right, we're going to move on. Going back, I'm going to go with Jaguars, guys. Okay, we've got the Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins just got thrashed. The game is in Miami. I'm looking for Miami to come back. You know, I'm just looking for Miami. I've been picking the Ravens all year, but I'm going to go with Miami on this one because the game is on the road for the Ravens. We've got the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants going with Mike Vick and the Eagles. Well, I'm not sure if Vick is in right now, but I'm going with the Eagles. We've got Carolina and we've got the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals going with the Cardinals. Cardinals are at home. Denver and Dallas. Peyton Manning has been killing me in fantasy football this year, and I know the game is in Dallas, but guys, I got to go with Denver on this one. We've got the 8:30 game on Sunday, which is Houston and San Francisco. San Francisco is at home taking San Francisco. We've got the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. One of our UPS delivery men loves the Oakland Raiders. I'm going to go with Oakland. Oakland is at home. I know Phillip Rivers last week had a monster game, and Old Man Gates did really well last week too, but I'm going to go with Oakland. They're in Oakland, guys. Last game, we got that Monday nighter, the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. I hate the Falcons. I really hate the Falcons. The Jets are playing the Falcons. But
Falcons.
I got to go with the Falcons because the Jets aren't going to beat the Falcons in Atlanta. So, guys, those are my picks for this week. I'm hoping that I do really, really well. I'm still mad about the Rams. If you have a story that you would like us to talk about in some of these weekly updates that we get, guys, it takes a lot of time to put these things together. I know it may not look like it, but it takes a lot of time, right, Renee, to edit and do this stuff? It takes a lot of time to do this. So if you have a story that you would like to submit to us,
You're hopped up on espresso.
yeah, I am. I'm hopped up on. I am. If you've got a story that you would like us to talk about, send us an email at info@bostonlawllc.com. Again, that's info@bostonlawllc.com. We'll try our best to get it in onto one of our weekly updates, especially if it has something to do with what we've got going on here at BLG. Guys, thanks for taking the time to watch this today. Oh, and one more thing. If you are a BLG fan and you've watched this far, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page because Subscribing will let you know when we put up these things. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.